Hello, everybody. Hope everybody is doing okay. And I hope everyone can hear me and see me okay. And if you cannot see or hear me, just make sure you put a note in the chat and let me know that you can't. And we are good to go. So it's Cinco de Mayo. Okay. So I am stocked up. And I am going to be mixing my margarita right now. So I hope you guys have your drink for tonight. Because yesterday was May the 4th be with you. And today, because the 4th was with you yesterday, I'm sure everybody got a whole bunch of stuff done. Now it's time to sit back and relax and have our drink. And I got my little margarita cup right here with my little lime. Okay. And I'm going to be pouring my little drink right here and enjoying life. Okay. And we're going to be I'm going to have my margarita along with my little lime here. And my husband made this for me and stuff. And I hope he didn't make it too strong. Because if he did, he may end up getting lucky tonight. You know? So anyway, let me see what it tastes like and stuff. You probably you did a good job. Brother man's gonna go to bed smiling. Okay, so anyway, just joking with you guys. Okay, anyway, I thought it would be fun this Friday if we just sit back, enjoy, have some drinks, and then also just do a little bit like recaps of some of the shopping. This thing is really good that we had done in the past. Because you know, prices are changing, and this thing is really good. Okay, so I hope I don't get too like tipsy and then be showing you guys wrong websites and all that stuff. But I know you guys will keep me straight. So I wanted to like go over some of the places that I go and I actually shop, and some of the stuff that I do with price comparison and all that kind of stuff. Because as I have said, embroidery is such a fun hobby. I just love doing it. It's also great if you do it as a business as well. However, though, what ends up happening is as when you first get started in it, you just have like a lot of fun, right? Because all you do is like you spend a lot of money on and I heard somebody take a deep breath. So I guess somebody wants to say hi. So I'm just going to have to, all right, Mello. There you go. You okay? All right. So it looks like he's mad. He's mad because he didn't get his regular debut now. Okay, but he'll get over it. So anyway, you know what happens is you buy your machine, you buy your stabilizer, you go and you get all your thread and everything, and then you're over here thinking, oh, I'm all set and everything. But as time goes on and you start to try to do new projects, and then you like find new designs and you look for more blanks, before you know it, you are spending quite a lot of money out of that little pocketbook of yours or wallet, you know, and then you start thinking, man, this thing's expensive, okay? Because every time you go to do something, right, sometimes you try to use what you have in stock, but then sometimes you end up finding out that you need more stuff. Like for instance, an example of that would be like when you first start embroidering, a lot of times what people do is they don't just jump into applique. They just go and they just buy in a plain embroidery design that's nothing but thread. So you're sitting there with like maybe a pack of tearaway stabilizer, your machine, and then you probably start with like a starter set of your threads. And you start to embroider and it comes out really nice. But then when you start discovering that there are different types of embroidery designs, and which one of them includes applique, then you start thinking to yourself, okay, great. Well, now I really like applique, because if you really think about it, applique is a way for you to really save a lot on thread. Because what you do is you are actually filling in most of the design with either a piece of fabric, or you're doing it with some type of vinyl, or some people put leather, or you know, I've made a towel where I just used like I made a shirt where I used a towel as instead of fabric on the applique. So, usually the material is what fills in the design. So that way you're not standing there and you're not like using a whole bunch of thread to fill in the design, right? But in order to do that, what ends up happening is you have to go to the store, you got to buy some fabric, then you have to buy some heat and bond light. So there goes your supplies. Then you see it starts to like creep up with you and all that kind of stuff. And then what ends up happening is you start finding out that stuff really isn't as cheap as you kind of thought they were. So you have to start looking at bargains. Now, there's going to be some situations, okay, where you can like try to go for the cheapest stuff, but then there's going to be other situations where sometimes you really do want to pay a little bit more money for quality. If that's, especially if it's in your business, you really got to know what areas you can go pretty cheap in, and then what areas you really need to focus a lot more on the quality than the price when it comes to certain things. And I'll give you an example of that. Let's say embroidery thread. Depending on what I am creating the embroidery design for, that sometimes determines the type of embroidery thread that I use. Embroidery thread can really come in a variety of different prices, right? You can get thread that is pretty cheap. A lot of folks use some of the candle threads, and those are pretty affordable. And then some people use Madeira thread. Madeira thread is kind of pricey. However, though, that is what a lot of companies use because it is really good quality thread. And then there are some other companies like Thread Art, and there was one that I recently saw that somebody posted. I think it's called Hemington thread. I've never tried that one. And when I was looking at the prices, it looked a little more affordable. If I remember correctly, when I looked at that thread in the past, it was pretty pricey. And I did notice that each of the threads kind of looked like it was individually wrapped in its own little plastic case. So I was thinking, okay, I wonder if the price is really up there at the time when I was looking at it. I was thinking maybe the price is up there, not just because it's quality thread, but because it comes individually wrapped in its own plastic case. Which in a way I kind of thought that was pretty, but at the same time I was thinking to myself, okay, I really don't care about the case. What I really care about is the type of thread that it is and how good does it look and last on the actual product that I embroider on, okay? Because the last thing that you want to do is use some type of thread, and then all of a sudden especially if you're selling, you embroider it and you use a type of thread, and then you give it to a customer and then they wash it. And one of the problems that could happen, okay, is color bleed. Sometimes what happens is, the thread, it's not exactly really good quality thread. And then after a customer washes it, sometimes the color, it kind of bleeds, and it can really bleed to the rest of the design. It's very similar to like when you buy a new pair of jeans and you go and you wash it. And then when you go to wash it, you kind of see like the water is kind of like blue. You may not see if you put it in a washing machine, but I remember when I was little, and my mom used to send me and Nancy to Puerto Rico when we were little. And sometimes, I remember when we used to stay at my aunt's house, Titi Alba's house, we had to wash clothes. Now, I believe they had a washing machine, or I don't know if it was broken or what, but we had a washboard. And what we had to do is, I remember we used to have these big bars, and we would soap up the clothes with the big bars, and we would use the washboards to actually wash the clothes. And I remember when I had the jeans, and I would like rub the jeans against the washboard, I would actually see the blue ink on the soap. So I saw there was color bleed there. You may experience that also if you're ever washing like colored clothes and you accidentally put like a piece of white clothing in with your color clothes, and then when you go to take it out, instead of it being bright white, it looks a little gray or something like that. That's like color bleed as well. So you want to kind of like really be careful when you like use very cheaply made thread. So what I recommend doing is, if you do buy some threads and you see that they are kind of like really on the economical side, you know, and you're using very bold colors, like if you're using like a blue or you're using a red or something like that, what I recommend doing is create the design on a piece of fabric. Take the fabric, and the next time you do laundry, throw that piece of fabric in the wash, and then you know, let it dry. And then when it comes out, take a look at it. Okay. And the best way to do it is if you put that on a white piece of fabric, and then see if you see any type of color bleed in there. And what I would probably do is try to, you know, embroider using the color red, using the color black, using the color like royal blue, very deep dark colors, and maybe like a dark brown, just to see if there's any type of bleeding. And if you see the bleeding, then right there you'll know, okay, maybe this thread is really not going to work for my customers' orders. What I need to do is probably use it as maybe sewing thread, or, you know, if I just want to embroider something for myself and, you know, it's not really a big deal, then I would go ahead and use it for that. So, you know, just little heads up when it comes to the thread part. Okay. So like I said, thread can come in different types of price ranges. Okay. And one of the things that I like to do is I actually like to really search different websites to see what sells the type of thread that I am looking for. Now there is one thread that I really truly love a lot. It is a little bit on the high end, and it's called Floria Eye. And let me get you a sample so that you can see what I'm talking about. Excuse me, Mello. Okay, here it is. All right, I'm gonna hold this up so that you guys can see it. This thread, you can buy it online if you want to, but I usually buy this thread from the sewing shop By Me, okay, by Susie's Quilt Shop, and she's located in Manassas, Virginia. But if you Google this thread, I'm sure you can find this online as well. And they have all types of color. Now, why do I like this thread? I like it, if you look at it right now, it's the shine. Okay, so when it comes to certain things that I embroider, and I'm looking for like that really shiny look, this is the brand that I usually go to. Okay. Usually these are about like $5 to $6 a spool. And it is a lot. It is a lot of thread. I don't remember how much thread is in here. Doesn't really say. It just says the name. And it doesn't really say. It is 40 weight. This does last me a long time. Now, I will say I do buy a lot of this thread in a lot of particular colors, because I usually use this thread a whole lot for dinner napkins. Okay. Dinner napkins, and also during the holidays. I usually like buying this thread with the red, with the green, and the gold, the yellow, and the white. This really pops. I like these a lot better than the sim thread and even the Madeira. The Madeira is nice, but it just doesn't have this type of shine look that I'm looking for when I'm doing some type of designs. So I really do like this thread. Okay, so if you're going to look into getting thread like this, what I recommend you do is just Google it, because there are a lot of places out there that do sell it. There's a lot of different websites. But I would just Google it, and then I would try to get the best price for it and see if you could get like free shipping and stuff like that. If you have a sewing shop that's by you, chances are they may carry this as well. And if you've bought the sewing machine from them, because like at Susie's Quilt Shop, I usually get a discount whenever I buy stuff from her, because I bought all of my multi-needle machines from her. So because of that, you know, she always just gives me a discount and everything. So, but sometimes she doesn't have all the colors that I need. You know, I always try to go there first, but if she doesn't have the color that I need, then I'll go online, and then I'll just buy a whole bunch, and then I'll just get this. Okay. Now, a lot of people have asked me about the candle thread. The candle thread is very, very economical. I do like the thread, and I have had used it. I have not seen any type of color bleed or anything like that coming from that thread. But mostly the thread that I usually use is this one, which I don't, for the life of me, can never say the word, okay, which I know is Florini, I don't know. I really do love this one for certain designs, and I like my Madeira thread. Now, why do I like Madeira versus a lot of the other threads? A lot of times what I find is when I am working on customer shirts like logos, all right? I do have a video on there where I actually showed where I was working on a patch. And I was showing you guys how sometimes when you're working on a patch, you're going to be using multi-weight threads, okay? Which what I mean by that is that there are certain areas in the in the patch where you're going to be using 40 weight thread, and then there's going to be other areas in the design where you may want to use a 60 weight thread. Now, why would you want to do that? You would want to do that when you have specific things in the patch that are very detailed and are very small. When they are small, you want to use a 60 weight thread. Now, the reason why I like the Madeira is because Madeira, from what I have seen so far, and I have not been able to find anything else like this, but if any of you guys know of another brand, let me know, please, because I am open to trying other stuff. I like the Madeira because I can get the same color in 40 and 60 weight by going to allstitch.com. Okay. Now at allstitch.com, whenever I buy a 40 weight, they have two drop downs. And you know what? Let me share my screen. And I want to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. So let me pull it up just so that you guys can see. Okay. And let me go in here. And I'm actually going to just share my whole screen here. Okay. Because I just want to show you guys. Let's see. Share screen. Here we go. Let me just I wonder if I can do it this way. I'll just try to do it this way. All right. Here we go. All right. So did I add it in there? Yeah, I do. Okay, I have it in there. All right, cool. Now I want you to see right here. I really do like them. I wish they had free shipping all of the time. They don't. You have to buy a certain amount of threads to do the free shipping. If you live somewhere in Maryland, I believe they're located in Maryland, you could probably take the drive and do the pickup from there. But I'll pay for the shipping, especially if it's just for a customer order and stuff like that. So I'm, as you can see, I am now selecting thread, and I'm going down machine embroidery thread. Where is it? Okay, the polyester. This is the one. And I want you to see right here where I have the mouse. Here you have like your 40 weight. You have the the different types of yards of spool. Okay, you can get the 440, you can get up to the 1,000 yards, or you can get the 5,500 yards. Okay, now if you notice, it's all it says number 40, so that number 40 means that it's 40 weight. But then you see right below it has the Madeira polyester, which is a number 60, and that's your 60 weight thread. So if you click on the 60 weight thread, you can see right here on the screen that it has a whole bunch of different colors of 60 weight. Now, the problem that I sometimes find is that with other brands, they sell the 40 weight, but they don't sell the 60 weight of that same color. And sometimes you're going to have designs where you need the 40 weight and you need the 60 weight. So it's really nice to know that I can buy the coordinating thread in the 60 weight. So that is the thing that I really like about this. Okay. And that's why when people tell me really what is your go-to thread, Okay, a lot of times my go through my go through go, and I ain't even, I only had a couple of zips. My go to thread, okay, is the Madeira, okay, because of that. All right. Mm. This margarita is kicking. It's really, really good. I really like this thing. And he put the salt around the rib too. And he gave me my little lime. My hubby's so sweet. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. Sorry, guys. Okay. Getting back to the thread. All right. So another thing too, you know what? Let me add that back in. Hold on. Another thing too that I want you guys to take a look at is the price. Okay. Because remember, we're talking about prices, we're talking about saving money and all that kind of stuff. I don't find the prices to be that bad. I remember at one time these prices were a little bit kind of high, okay? But I think the price, if I can remember correctly, I think it went kind of low. I'm going to look now to see what their 40 weight thread is, their big comb. Yeah, their prices did go up a little bit. I remember when I used to get the big combs, it used to be like $8 or something like that, or it was close to $8, maybe $7.95 or something like that. Now it's almost like $10 a comb, okay? But that's if you get the big one. And I wonder how much is if you were to go and get the smaller threads, which is like the minis. Okay, so you're talking about $3.39. It's all right. I mean, it's not that bad. Okay. So, you know, the amount of thread also honestly will depend on my order as well. Okay. Like if I have an order for just like 10 shirts or something like that, I would go ahead and buy a mini thread. I don't go ahead and I don't buy the big combs for those, especially if it's a color that I'm just really buying just for that particular order. Okay. Don't go crazy thinking that you have to buy the big combs all the time. That is not true. If you do that, then what happens is you're kind of really, excuse me, you're wasting your money. I'm getting the hiccups over here with the margarita. Okay. So you're kind of wasting your money because what's happening is you're just using that thread for that order. And then what happens after you use the order, you know, you fill the order, then you're just kind of stuck with the thread. Unless, you know, you go out of your way to get a design, you know. This thing is good. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. I hope I don't forget what I was talking about. All right, so but that's thread, okay? Now, there was okay, I told you guys about Candle Thread. Okay, Candle Thread is another brand. Really good. Let me look around. Sim threads are very, very good. Okay, you can get the 63 set and you get the little minis, and that's good, you know. And then this is another tip for you guys, okay, to help you guys save money and stuff, especially for those that are just starting. Okay, buy what I recommend people do is get a small kit like sim threads or something like that, where there's only like I don't know, like 63 colors of thread in the box. Okay, just stick with that. And then as time goes on and you start seeing that there is a particular color in that box that you use, and you know you're going to keep using it a lot. And I'll give you an example of some of the colors that I use totally a lot, okay? Is the black. I use the white. I use red. I use a lot of browns. I use beige. I use green, okay? So those kind of colors, when I go to replace those, I'll go ahead and I'll buy the big comb, okay? Because I know that I'm gonna use it. And for all the other colors that, you know, I really don't use that much, if I have to replace it, because I know it takes me a very long time for me to use the thread, I'll just replace it, but I'll do it with like a not a big comb, but like a semi bigger comb. Like I don't do the real small ones. I'll just do like the medium size, which is like 1,000 yards of thread. and that's fine. That's enough to last me. And because I have two machines, two of the multi-needle machines, what I usually like to do is I like to buy two spools. Man, that was hard to say. Okay, two individual threads of that color, so that way, like, let's say, let's say that I have multiple items, right? And I need that green, right? And I have like 10 towels to do. I can have both machines running it because I have one set of colors on for one machine, and then the other set of colors for the other machine. So I can have both machines running around the same time. As if I went and I just bought one, then I could only run one machine. So, that's kind of like how I do it and stuff like that. But just be conscientious of that, because that will help you save money. Okay. I see sometimes people kind of go out of the whim, and then they go, oh, let me just get all the colors in the big combs. And then what ends up happening is they have a lot of thread that is really just sitting there. Now, I did do research and because I was wondering, like, does thread go bad, right? And everything that I've heard is if you have it in a room with good room temperature, it's not going to go bad. All right. I mean, it might dry a little bit and stuff like that, but you can buy something called like, what is it? Sew Guide. There you go. Sew Guide. And Sew Guide is like a little moisturizer that you just put on the thread, and it kind of like helps moisturize the thread, because when the thread gets really dry, then what happens is you can end up getting a lot of breakage while you're embroidering. Another way to prevent the breakage also is really to slow down the machine. A lot of times people, like, they have these machines and they're like, oh, the machine can go 1,000 stitches per minute. And then they just come out, they just run that machine 1,000 stitches per minute. And I'm thinking to myself, why are you rushing? Because to me, there are so many benefits to really sometimes slowing down the machine. Okay. Sometimes what happens if you run a machine really, really quickly, and the machine has a design that has a lot of details in it and is very, very dense, sometimes the machine can skip a stitch. It can skip a stitch, or you can get, it can just, it's rushing. So it's stitching so fast that it really doesn't allow the thread to kind of like place itself correctly on the fabric. So it's like, to me, I look at it as, you slowing it down, what you're doing is you're giving it a little bit of love. Just think of it like that. Okay. You love embroidery, so you want your stuff to really stand out. You want the designs to really look just beautiful. Okay. So in order for you to do that, you just got to let it do its thing. So sometimes it's like people have metallic thread, and they blame the thread. A lot of times they blame the thread. They come out and say, oh my God, the metallic thread's always breaking. Well, they have metallic needles that you can use. Sometimes sometimes you can use metallic thread with a 7511 needle. I've done it. And sometimes there's certain threads that is better for you to use a metallic thread with it. Okay. And for me personally, whenever I'm using metallic thread, I always slow down my machine. Always. Okay. Metallic thread is very different material from the regular embroidery poly thread. It's very, very, very different. So you got to make sure you understand that. And so when you're running the machines, you know exactly what you're doing. And so that your machines can, your stuff can really, really look good. All right, so let's keep shopping around, because I talked to you guys about thread. Now, let me tell you about bobbins, because lately I was looking for bobbins, all right? And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you my entire screen. I'm just going to show you the entire screen, because I'm going to be jumping around from place to place. And I want you guys to see how I do my price comparison when I'm shopping for stuff, okay? So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share the screen. There you go. Sharing it. Hopefully it takes. Share. All right. Okay. So let's talk about bobbins. Okay, there we go. We showing everything. Okay, good. I can see everything. All right, cool. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. All right, sorry. All right. Now, the other day I noticed that I only had about 2 boxes left of my metallic bobbins. And I think somebody also had approached me, was asking me about bobbins too. So I went into, of course, I'm going to All Stitch, and I'm thinking, how much are the bobbins, the ones that I use, right? So I go into the pre-wand bobbins, and I'm looking for the metallic thread ones. Okay, and I believe it's these, and it's the Feli, and it's these. So these are the ones that I use for my multi-needle machines. Okay, actually it's a different part number. I use the one that says 2 3, I think it's 1 2 3 4 5, and I think this is different. Let me see. No, I think it's the same, because I think I have, no. Okay, that's plastic. I don't want the sided. Nope, these are the plastic. These are wrong. These are wrong. These are not the ones I use in my machine. Hold on. All right, hold on. Magnetic bobbins. And I want the sideless. And I believe this is it. Yes, these are the ones that I use. And look at this price. $60.63 regular. So they say it's on sale for $48.98. That's a lot of money for one box of bobbins. That to me is a lot of money. So I'm like, okay, so here is Habdash. And this is where I usually get my bobbins from, because I really feel that their prices are a lot better. These are the ones that I get. And this is 1 2. Okay, it's 12434. That's what it is. And as you can see, the price is $37.20. I'm sorry. Well, the margarita. Okay, $37.32. So $37.32. Wow, that's a big difference. 48 something. Wow, where's that calculator? Oh my God, that's a big price difference. Okay, so that's how you do. There is no way. Even though I love this place, I love this place, but think about it. Let me see, 48. I'm doing the math, guys. Okay, and then I'm gonna go right here, and this is now 37. 32. Okay, wow. Okay, look at that. Big price difference. $11.64 per box. Per box. That's a lot of money. That's a big price difference, okay? So, I don't know what to tell you. It's that where I'm going to get my bobbin thread. Okay, so I already ordered it. I ordered 4 boxes. Usually, every year I go through I think it's about 7 or 8 boxes. But I'm already running low. So and I'll probably buy some more extra just to have in the back. But big price difference. Now, this place, oh, look at that. And it's back ordered. I just noticed that. Back ordered. Arrival 2 to 3 weeks. Well, that's not bad. Okay. Especially if you don't need it right now. And I don't. I have plenty of boxes. So I can probably order, I'll probably order another 4. And then when it gets back ordered, I'll just get it, because I already have a lot of boxes here. But it's good to know. But that price is really, really good. So guys, just make a note of this, okay? Of this site. It's Hab plus dash, okay? So if you are if you have a multi-needle machine and you use magnetic bobbins, and let me tell you something, you can use these bobbins on your SC1900 too. This is not just for the multi-needle. So I just want to put that out there because I actually use these bobbins on my SC1900. All right. So you don't have to get the ones with the plastic on there. All right. So, just putting it out there so you guys know. But yeah, these are expensive. These are pretty expensive. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. All right. Now, also, let's talk a little bit about blanks. Okay. Everybody's always talking about the blanks, and they're always like, where do you get your blanks and all this stuff and everything. I am telling you, and I have told you guys plenty of time, and I want to tell you guys again because I know some of you guys probably knew and don't know. Well, I am the one that always spill the beans, okay? Because I believe in sharing information. I truly do. Because there's enough for everybody, okay? Now, I know that sometimes a lot of people don't like purchasing from these sites like Alibaba, AliExpress. They, because one of the downfalls, and I get it, and I totally agree with you, and I totally got it. You are buying it from overseas, so the delivery time is long, okay? I think we gotten a little bit of spoiled with Amazon where you just click it and then tomorrow it just shows up, right? So we're kind of spoiled at that. But in all honesty, if you are running an embroidery business and you are providing blanks, and blanks are your thing, like let's say the children's shirts, if that's your stuff, children's shirts, bags, blankets, the baby blankets. Let's talk about the baby blankets, because a lot of you guys ask me, where do you get the baby blankets, right? Well, here you go. Let's type heirloom baby blankets. There you go. Do you guys see it? Look at this. And look at the price. Do you see the price? Okay. Now, look at this. And you know what? Just for fun, let's go to Amazon. And let me type heirloom. Oh, I'm spelling it wrong. Heirloom baby blanket. Oh my, look, it's the same thing. Look at this. And it's an Amazon choice. Look at this, same blanket. Isn't it the same blanket? Same thing. Look how much they want. Look at that price. $24.99. Okay. Get my calculator again. All right, $24.99. Now we're going to look over here. Okay. And I'm going to click on this, and it's between $4.50 to $6. And let's say, and this is the thing, minimum quantities purchase. Okay. Which means it's the minimum that you have to buy. Okay. You got to buy 100 of them. Okay. So, but this is the thing, okay, that I want you guys to think about, because a lot of times people don't think about it. They're like, well, Jeanette, I don't need 100, and I got that. But remember, you're running a business, okay? Right now, you may have one order, but if this is your business, okay, and you're serious about embroidering these baby blankets and selling them, you are going to do a lot better by just buying the 100 up front, paying $6 a pop, then you buy 100 of them for $24.99. Think about it. Just want to think about it. Okay. I see a lot more money flying out of your pocket if you pay $24.99 and then you have to embroider it and then you sell it. The thing is, if you pay $6 for it and then you embroider it and then you can sell it, you know what happens? That big difference, it stays in your pocket. That becomes a profit. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying is, and this is the thing, you don't have to buy 100 pieces of the same color, okay? Because I've done this. You talk with them, okay? All you have to do is email the vendor and say, hey, I want to know how much it would cost for 100 pieces, including shipping, and these are the colors that I'm interested in getting. And I am telling you, they're going to give you the quote. And sometimes what will happen is they may come on, they may say, this is how much the shipping is going to cost. And the shipping may be a little pricey. But I mean, I'm going to tell you something. Even with the cost of shipping, you're still not going to be paying $24.99 per blanket. You really aren't. You're still going to be saving money. So to me, it's all about keeping the money in your wallet, okay? Especially when you are running an embroidery business, okay? So I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it honest. I'm telling you, you don't get rich by giving away your money. I tell people that all the time. You don't get rich by giving it away. You don't leave money on the table. That's like my favorite line. I always tell people, why are you leaving money on the table? Why? No. Be smart. Think. Anyway, this is the other thing too. It's not just those heirloom blankets. Let's say you want to do something else, right? I don't know. Kids shirts. Let's do kids shirts. Okay. Let's see. Here's some nice little kids shirts. $1.28. The high price is $1.99. Minimum 10 pieces. Hello. I'm just saying. Okay, let's keep going. And they have all different types. Okay. Let me see. Let's do girls white shirts. Or puffy shirts. Isn't there that a lot of people want like these little puffy shirts to say, oh, look at this. I've seen these. Look at the ones with the ruffle. Right at the bottom. Look at that. Okay. If you want 100 pieces, $3.99. Do you have to buy 100 in one size? No. If you are doing a business and this is what you want to do, well, then what do? Take the 100, divide it between all the sizes that they have, and there's your stock. Now you got to stock. Now you have your everything. Okay? Just divide it. How many sizes are here? 1, 2, 3. Look, they have a whole bunch. All the way up to, oh, wow, look. See, there you go. Take all these sizes, divide it, and then buy the equal amount. I want all white shirts, or all pink shirts, or all whatever color shirts. They have all different colors right there. Okay? And you know what you did? You paid $3.99 per shirt. I'm just saying. Okay, and then I think there's something else that a lot of people do, like the baby rompers, something like that. Okay, let's look at baby rompers. Look at that, onesies. Look at the onesies right here. You can buy the sets, $10. That's not bad. Little onesies. Okay. $2.35. That's not bad. That's a pretty good price for a onesie. Now, you could get close to getting that price if you go to like Kohl's, and you have those little sales and stuff like that. You know, when you buy the onesies, sometimes you can buy them by the pack. So the onesies are kind of like, you're not really saving that much. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is I'm looking at how much can I keep in my pocket. For that, I'm not too sure. I would have to do the math. I would have to do the math to see. You know what I mean? You know. So anyway, just something I wanted to show you guys. You really should consider looking at this site. I've ordered from these folks, have not been disappointed. They really, really are pretty good. And then let me see. Let's see. Book bags. Let's try book bags. Book bags. Oh, look at that. Book bags for kids. Look at these book bags for little girls. You can embroider that. Here goes some plain ones. $2.79 for a book bag. That's a very good price. You can buy some of these, put these on your shop, and say you monogram them. Or did I say that right? Monogram them or mammogram them. Put the initials on them. There you go. Put the initials on them. Look at that. Really nice. And look at that right here. And look, I think they will even personalize it for you. That's not bad. That's not bad. You can do lunch bags and all that kind of stuff and everything. So, so guys, I'm telling you, you can, save a lot of money. The thing is, you have to take the time to search. You really, really, really do. Okay. And this is another place too that I'm going to look at. That new place that Nancy found out about. I actually learned it from my sister. This thing is kicking. Fred took care of his wife. Damn. Look at that. Oh, he gave me 2 cups. Wow. He's gonna have to make me a picture. This is really good. I don't know how he made this, but this is good. I feel hot too. It's really good. All right, so another thing. Let me see. I'm trying to think while I'm shopping with you guys over here. Oh, Timo. Let's look at Timo. Here we go again. All right. Okay, Timo. Let's go in here. Timo. This is what I usually do. Sewing supplies. Now, if some of you guys that have been watching me from the very beginning, there was no Timo back then. I wish there was. I really wish there was. Look right up front in front of you. There are so many things that here right up front that I see that I'm like, I use this. The clips. Look at these clips. 100 clips for only $5.48. Now, the thing with this site is a lot of times people ask where are they located. I believe the location for this company, and don't quote me, but I think it's Ohio. I'm not sure, but I know it's in the States. Now, you don't get it the very next day like you're ordering it from Amazon, okay? But you do get it, and you get it a lot faster than if you were ordering stuff from Alibaba, okay? Alibaba is actually coming from overseas, so of course it's going to take about a month or something like that for you to get the item. So that's why it's important for you to really take a look at your inventory and know what you have and start ordering way in advance, especially if you are, relying on them for your blanks, because you don't want to run out. because it's coming from overseas, right? So you want to make sure that, hey, Mello, that you order it way in advance, so that way you don't have like a time period where you're really out of blanks. But with Timo, they are located here in the States. Now, like I said, you don't get it the next day, but you do get it within like a week or sometimes maybe 2 weeks. And to me, I'm like, I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem with that, okay? Especially when it comes to certain things that I get from here that I don't need it to be like the very next day. Like for instance, like let's say, oh, I need some clips, right? 100 clips. I'm not gonna die if I don't get it tomorrow. Okay. So I'm fine with waiting to get the clips. I mean, at this price, this is like really, really good. Look at the chalk. You get a whole pack of Taylor's chalk for only $1.98. I'm like, damn, that's cheap. Sewing guide. Y'all know I can't sew straight, whether I'm drinking, not drinking, using the sewing guide or not, right, Mello? Mello knows. My doggy knows, right, Mello? You know that's true, right? So, but look at that, $1.38 for a sewing guide. That to me is really good. And then I want you guys to look down here. You guys sometimes ask me about how do I place stuff when I'm doing heat vinyl transfer and all that kind of stuff. For $3.78, you get the whole set, the infant, the kids, and everything. That's exactly what I use. Then I purchased that from Amazon, and I paid like double or maybe even triple the price. Okay. Now, here I see they sell sewing needles. I don't know if I would do that. I'm going to be honest with you. This is where I say sometimes there's certain things that you really don't want to risk, okay? When it comes to equipment like my thread and my needles that are going into my machine, I will not go against what I know works for me, for the simple fact that I know that needles are really, really important. The quality of the needle is really it can make and break your project. You don't want cheap needles. You don't, okay? You guys can try it if you want. I mean, $3.38 seems like a good, it's cheap, right? However, like I said, I don't know the quality of those needles. I don't know if they're going to be running really good with your machines. I don't know how sharp they are. I don't know if they're going to come bent. I don't know if they're going to work well with the thread. There's just certain things that you just kind of like have to be like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. Okay, so now, and if I scroll down here, right, and I see like the cutting blades, I may try a pack of that, okay, because it's only $148. But I have to be honest, I would kind of prefer to go to Joann's and just use my coupon and buy a pack of replaceable blades. Pins, sewing pins, that's not bad. I would do the sewing pins. I would give that a shot. Okay, you guys know with the heat racers, I'm not a fan of that, of the heat, because I've noticed that when you use those markers, if the item goes into like cold air, all of a sudden you see the ink reappear. And I've had really bad luck with that. So I use stickers. I'm a sticker girl. I love the stickers because it doesn't leave any residue or anything on the fabric. So I love that. The thread huggers. Okay, I think that's a great price. 24 pieces for only $3.98. That is pretty cool. I did buy my roller from here. $168. That is a good deal too. And as you can see, they do have some rulers in here. I have not bought fabric from this place, and I'm going to tell you this. I don't like buying fabric online too much unless I know that it's a really good place that sells good quality fabric. I got Miss Banks to thank for that, because ever since she taught me what real good quality fabric feels like, I kind of really shy away from buying cheap fabric, depending on what I need that fabric for. So, but if you kind of scroll down and you see there is a lot of neat little stuff in here that pretty economical. I mean, really, really cheap. Like, look at these little sewing gauges. I use these a lot when I have to fold for dinner napkins, and I want to make sure that it's one inch or a quarter of an inch all the way across. These are really good, and for $2.58, that's not a bad price at all. Let's see. And there was something else that I saw in here, which was like the magnetic strip bands that I like to hold my pins. I'm trying to look if I see them. Look at this. I bought this. Okay, that waist sewing thing. Where's mine? Here it is. I paid $6 for this. And as you can see right there, it's $1.98. It's the same thing. And I could have had like 3 or 4 of these. See? And I got this from Amazon. So it's like, oh, so there's so many things that I see in this site where I'm like, really? I could have like saved so much money if I had known about this way before. I mean, I really could have. I mean, it's like the cutting mats for the Cricut machine. I've gotten my cutting mats from here, not a problem. Where's the magnetic? Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can find it. Magnetic pin holder. Look at this, $4.98. And I use mine, but I paid more. And then look, here's another one. You can get them for $2.79. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh, I paid so. I get so mad when I see this. I'm like, oh, missed out. But you guys don't have to miss out. So I'm just telling you guys, it's just something for you guys to think about, guys. Seriously, something for you guys to think about. Because my whole thing is know where you can, you need to spend the extra money, and then know where you could get away with saving the money. Yeah, you guys got the hint. You guys know what I'm talking about, okay? So I already talked to you guys about the notions. I already talked to you guys about thread, bobbins, and this is another thing too, stabilizer. Okay, let's talk about stabilizer and stuff. I would not go cheap on stabilizer. Because stabilizer is going to help you with the quality of your embroidery. So I would not do that. Okay. This thing is good. He really did a good job. Fred, if you're watching, you took care of your wife, babe. So, yeah. So the stabilizer. This thing was good. I'm sorry. But, oh, sorry. I got caught up in the moment with my margarita. This thing is good. And there's no more. Empty. Oh, well. All right. I'm going to have to go downstairs. Well, gotta go. Let me stop now. I'll hang out. Okay. So, I think it was good. All right. Cinco de Mayo. Okay. So, anyway. Yeah. So, when it comes to your stabilizer, I would not, go cheap on that. Okay, you want good quality stabilizer, because remember, the stabilizer is what's going to provide the fabric the stability that it needs. Okay, that support for you to be able to embroider really, really nicely. So don't, no, don't go cheap on that. Okay. Stabilizers that I like to use, I usually like to get my stabilizer from All Stitch. If I don't get it from All Stitch and I get them from Amazon, I'm very particular about the brands that I use. I do like to use the Brother Reed's stabilizer. I like the Pelon stabilizer. I showed you guys about this stabilizer that Miss Banks told me, the one with the perforated sheets. Okay, show you guys this one. If you get this, get it from Joann when it's on sale. Don't pay full price. Remember, it's not about, I mean, it's good quality, but this goes on sale. All right. So this is tearaway stabilizer and it's perforated. This is what Miss Banks told me about. And I'm going to hold it up so that you guys can see what it is. Okay. So this is interfacing and it's tearaway and it's 360 easy stitch. Okay. So this is like really good. It provides really good support. And then what I like is because it's perforated, it's very easy to tear. Okay. But it can get expensive. So always go to Joann's Fabrics, look for it online. And when you see it's on sale, that's when you jump on it. Okay. And then try to get as much as you can. And then see if you can use a coupon and all that kind of stuff. Remember, Joann's have military discounts. I think it's 15% off, and for teachers as well. So don't pay full price for this, okay? And don't, I'm sure you can find this on Amazon and all that kind of stuff, but you're not going to get it as cheap as if you would get it in Joann's when you, when it goes on sale, okay? Because remember, it's about saving money, okay? Because this is an expensive hobby, and you don't want to be, you don't want to, you guys know what I mean, okay? You guys want to save your money, okay? So anyway, yeah. So let me see. Yeah, and as you can see, I do get a lot. Like this is heat. I get a stabilizer from All Stitch because All Stitch does have very, very good stabilizer. Okay, so a lot of times I do buy the stabilizers from All Stitch, and then I buy the Brother Reed stabilizer, as well, and I get the tearaway from there too. But just don't, like I said, just know what you're getting. And if you when you buy your stabilizer and you see that there's a brand that you like, make sure that you write it down. You want to say hi, Mello? Okay, say hi, Mello. Mello, look, this right there. Hi, how are you? Okay, oh, you're so cute. I'm gonna miss you. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, yeah, so just if you find a stabilizer that you really, really, really like, just make sure that you write down the type of stabilizer that it is that you like. And then that way you can make sure that you can look for it, and buy it again. Also, just because you bought a stabilizer in one particular location doesn't mean that, that's the only place that sells it. Okay. So you can just do a Google, just google.com, and then just type the name of the stabilizer and see what other shops out there sell that stabilizer and see if they have it on sale or if they sell it cheaper and stuff like that. Some places have the free shipping, and while others charge you for shipping, so just, I'm sorry about that. Okay, I'll have to deal with that person later. Hey, baby. Yeah, so, like I was just saying, just you got to do your research and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I really just want to say and stuff. I just want to make sure that you guys know that and stuff. So what time is it? And so I hope you guys have been having your drinks and stuff, because I mean, am I the only one drinking and everything? You can tell I swallowed this thing, boy. Oh my God, Fred really hooked me up. That man can make a drink. I'm telling you. I guess when I retire, we just gonna have to go to AA. I don't know what to say. Right, Mello? You gonna come with us? Look at him. He's upset with me because I am going to be leaving tomorrow. So for those of you guys don't know, my dad is still in the hospital and stuff. So I am going to be leaving again and making my trip down to Florida to help out the family for another week. So next Friday, the embroidery happy hour and stuff. My sister doesn't know it yet, but I guess if she's watching, she'll know now. I'm going to be heading to Florida. So I guess next Friday, I'll have to borrow her studio so that I can host embroidery happy hour next Friday from Miami. So ain't that right, Mello? And unfortunately, I'm not going to take Mello with me. So I think me and Mello are going through some kind of like anxiety moment right now because I'm gonna be without him, and and I'm gonna miss him, and this is my little support dog. So I'm gonna be. I'll probably get to Florida, and then I'll probably be calling Fred every day to see how my doggy's doing, and I'll probably can't wait for the next the week to probably be over. I feel bad saying it because I do want to be with my family, but yeah, I love my dog, So yeah, so but the thing is, with going back and forward to the hospital and everything, and I have to feed him at 5, and when you have a dog, I don't want him alone in the house all day, and I don't, and Mello needs to have his walk, and he wants attention too, and I think it's unfair for me to just take him with me and put him in the car and drive for 2 days just to have him sit at grandma's house, while we're visiting my dad. So at least here he'll be with my husband, and my husband can walk him and hang out with him, and and I think my husband kind of really likes and is looking forward to spending some alone time with him too. Because my husband likes to bond with him as well. So I guess he's gonna have some daddy and doggy time next week and stuff. So mom will just hang out, and then Nancy's just gonna have to do something special for me when I get over there to lift up my spirits. No. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go say hi to everybody in the chat. Okay, and see if you guys have questions and stuff like that, so I can help you guys. Because as always, like the first hour, I like to talk to you guys, and then I like to hit the chat and see if I can help out with any questions or anything like that and stuff like that. So anyway, I see Miriam is on here, and she is early. Hey, Kingberry Crafts, the bar is open. She got cheap. She's drinking cheap beer. Becca got her drink ready. Hey, Marlene, how you doing? I see Miss Max is on there. Hey, Miss Miller, how are you? Oh, happy wedding anniversary, 47 years. Oh my God. My parents have been married for 56, and I think they and Fred been married 12 or 13. I forget. You stop counting after a while. After a while, you're like, we've been together for a while. That's all. It's like, it's kind of like when people say, how old are you? I got to think for a minute, and I'm going to be like, oh, I know I'm over 50, but yeah, but congratulations. I think that's awesome and stuff. Hey, Robin, how are you? Hey, Deborah. Let's see. Hey, Annette. I see Tammy. I see Debbie. Hey, J Love. Hey, Judy Sassy. Hey, Jackie. Hope everybody's got their drink going on and stuff. And I hope you guys were writing down some of these sites and everything. And I don't know if you guys were shocked at the price difference of that bobbin, okay? Of the bobbins. It's $11. That's a lot of money, okay? If you really think about it, the one box is $39, right? So let's say you buy 5 boxes. That means you kind of like, if you would have paid, with all the savings and everything, you got like a box almost for free. That's how I see it. If you got 5 boxes, if it, instead of getting the regular price. So that's pretty crazy and stuff. And you saw the price differences when I showed you guys Alibaba, that's kind of crazy too. And stuff. Hey, Peggy. Hey, Aaron. I see pretty eyes. Hey, Angela Stitches. How you doing? Hey, Judy. Oh, Judy said hi, Mello. Now he's cocked out. And so, hey, Iris, how are you? I see Marsha on here. Hey, who's the Lina's Cosas? Let's see. I see Becky. Very good thread. I guess you guys talking about Madeira. And so, yeah, you got to be careful with the thread you buy. Make sure you get good quality thread, because that really does make a difference in your embroidery. I'm telling you, it really does. Hey, Marcia, how are you? I see Robin. I see Annette. Hey, Susan. Oh, nanny thread. Yes, I have used nanny thread. Annette, I have used it. I bought a big box. I bought like, I think I got like a whole set of nanny threads, and I like them. I haven't had an issue with them, and I have used them, no bleeds or anything like that, so they are good. The only thing is I bought the big set, and the big set does come with the small spools, and I don't even know if I'm saying it right, if it's spools or, but you know, the small size, okay? And it's just that it's pretty small. So if you're looking to you know, sometimes I get a little worried because I'm like, okay, how much thread do I really need? Because then I'm going to run out of that particular color, and I don't have a replacement for that. So you know, that's the only thing. The set I bought had a lot of thread, but they were all small size, you know. So but that's okay. That's okay. You know, I just use them for small projects and stuff like that. Hey Kathy, how you doing? Hey, Nancy is online. Okay. Um, hey Missy Moon, how are you? Yeah, Nancy, do you have your margarita with you? That's a good question. Hey Kathy. She tried the candle thread today. So far I'm loving it. Had the sample pack. Okay, cool. And you know, and the candle thread is very affordable and stuff. The only thing that I noticed with the candle thread, and it's kind of very similar to the sim thread and the brother thread, is it's not really as shiny. It's more like a matted finish, which is okay. You know, not all designs I want them to be shiny anyway, and I kind of like the matted look. But there are some designs that I don't want that matted look. I actually want it to you know, be shiny, and that's when I get this type of thread. Okay, this Floria thread, because of the shine. That's it, you know. And when you have dinner napkins and I'm putting in the person's you know, initials and stuff like that, I really want the initials to pop. And I don't know if you guys saw, I posted a video where I went and I created some dinner napkins, and you know, everybody was kind of like, "Ooh, that came out really nice." This was the thread that I used for those dinner napkins, because it was the color gold, and it was on a beige dinner napkin. And you know, it really does make a difference. It really does for some designs. So you know, it depends on what it is that the embroidery design is. Sometimes I want that matted look, and then sometimes I just want the shine and stuff. But I have used the candle thread, and I do like it as well. I like to use that one along with the Madeira. I use the Madeira a lot, but I like to use those more for my kitchen towels, because those designs for the kitchen towels, I kind of like that matted finish. But when it comes to the dinner napkins, this is usually the thread that I always pull out. I always use this one because I really like the finish that I get from this and stuff. Let's see. He tried to eat a little. Oh, good. So my sister's writing that my dad it seems to be okay, and he did try to eat a little. He didn't eat much, but we're gonna take it. Yep. Yeah, and that's the thing too. I want to be there. You know, to help my mom and my sister a lot. And for those of you guys who don't know, you know, our dad is suffering from leukemia. He's been fighting it for the last 7 years. And he's been in the hospital. It's almost like a month now that he has been in there. And you know, he's fighting. He is a fighter. And you know, we're hoping to have him home soon. So the last 3 weeks ago, I was in Miami, and I spent there two weeks, and then I came back home. And I'm gonna hop in the car tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna drive out there again. And you know, because I need to help out, because it's a lot of driving back and forth, and Nancy's working too, and it's a lot. It really is a lot. So I can, you know, I need to help out, and you know, at least because my mom lives far. She lives in Homestead, and you know, it is a far drive to the hospital from my mom's house. So, and you know, it kind of like gives them a break. So you know, so I'm gonna go and stay another week, and then come back again on Saturday. probably, hopefully my dad will be coming home soon. If not, then I'll come back and probably stay another week, and then I'll have to drive back up again. Just have to do what I got to do, right? Because that's my dad, right? That's my dad. That's my mom. That's my sister. And in times like this, you gotta count on each other. So I'm okay, and stuff. So it'll be fine. I think the only hard part for me will probably be being away from Mello, because I'm gonna really miss this dog. I have never been away from him since I brought him home. But that's all right. I mean, he wants his, my husband wants his bonding time with Mello, so I gotta give him that, So, and he gave me some good margaritas, so it's all right. Okay. So anyway, yeah, but he'll be yeah, we're praying that he'll be okay and stuff. So let's see. Um let's see. Candle threads has a nice shine. The gold that I love is, let me write that down. Okay, which is 08118. Okay. Thank you, J Love. Okay, because maybe it's the colors that I got, J Love, from Candle Threads, because I got some colors, but they're matted. They're not exactly like shiny. So maybe that is it. The colors that I picked were matted. So I'm really glad that you posted that. Thank you. The shipping rates from Candle Threads. Yeah. Yeah, and you know what, J Love, they totally, yep. And see, that's the other thing too. I'm glad you posted that. I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show your comment, if you don't mind. She's got a very good point here, and that's another thing that you guys got to watch whenever you go and you start buying for supplies and all that kind of stuff. Always look at the shipping rate, okay? Because sometimes what happens, if the shipping rate is so high, and even though you are buying the item and it's kind of like at a discounted price, kind of, like maybe it's a little bit cheaper or something like that, if you have to add shipping costs on top of that, and then the other place has a better thread, a better quality thread, and their price was just a little bit higher, but they offer free shipping. Honestly, when you do the math at the end of the day, you probably would have been better off paying maybe that extra 20 or 30 or 50 cents for that thread from the other company, because you didn't pay for the shipping. Okay, shipping can get costly and it can really get up there, so you really do have to watch that. So she brought up a very good point about the candle thread. Now, I have not ordered from Candle Threads in a very long time. I ordered from them like a little while ago because I just really wanted to try out their thread to see if that was going to be a good alternative. Back then, I don't know if that company had just launched or something like that, but the shipping rate was anything over 100 was free. So kind of like in All Stitch. I think in All Stitch, if you order more than $150, it's free, something like that. I think it's $150. I'm not sure. But like I said, you just play with the numbers. You got to play with the numbers, because sometimes, you think you're getting a good buy, and sometimes you're not. And things are really getting up there in price. I'm telling you, I am really amazed at how prices have really been kind of like jacked up. I mean, it's like, I look at the sewing machine prices. I remember what I paid for my sewing machine, and then now I look at the price and I'm kind of like, oh, it's more money, and sergers have gone up. The prices of the sergers have gone up. Everything is going up, which really, like, sometimes when I think about it, I'm kind of like, maybe I need to bulk buy, because that way when the prices jack up, I don't have to pay those jacked up prices for a while, because I'm kind of like well stashed. Because one of the things that go through my mind is I remember the box of bobbins used to be like $34, right? At Habdash. And I think now, what did we see? Like, it was like $39. So, I mean, and I'm like, if I would have knew that, I probably would have bought like 20 boxes, and that could have lasted me for, maybe 2 or 3 years or something like that. Well, yeah, like maybe 2 years and stuff like that. Because I use about like 4 or 5 boxes a year, something like that. So I would have. But yeah, everything has really, really gone up. Stabilizer, thread, and all that kind of stuff. Which is why I kind of like said, hey, let's just drink and talk about the prices and look at some of the places and how to shop for things, because things have really gotten up in price that now it's getting to the point where you really need to be money conscientious, or whatever. You just got to watch your pennies, okay? You guys know what I mean. So you just got to really start thinking about what you're buying and how much you're paying and where you're buying it from, okay? And when it comes to certain things, I'm not really brand name specific, but there are some items where it's like you do need that quality. Like for me, the big thing is the needles, okay? I like the organ needles. I'll get the other ones, I think, which is Swiss or Swartz or something like that. I've used those, but when it comes to my embroidery machines and embroidery, I really like the organ needles the best. I know they cost a little more, but they're really good quality. I've never really gotten a bad pack. I've never even gotten a bent needle, as a matter of fact. And I usually buy like 400 needles at a time. I do change my needles a lot. That is one thing for sure, especially on these big machines. I change them a lot. I change them every week. Okay, so I go through my needles like crazy. I do stick to my rule of 8 hours of stitching, and I just change them out. So if I have like during the Christmas time, I'm kind of like changing them every day, because when I have like a whole lot of orders and it's nonstop, then usually it's like I know I get up in the morning, I turn on the machines, and I'm just embroidering all day. So I already know I got like 8 hours of embroidering out of those needles. And then usually what I'll do is before I go to bed, I'll take out the old needles, put them in a pill box to toss them out, and then I'll just replace all my needles. So, I do use a lot of needles, but I like good quality needles, because the last thing I want is for a needle to be bad and then really pierce the fabric in a bad way. Especially if you're embroidering fabric, sometimes it can be a little forgiving, right? Because fabric is kind of breathable, it's kind of flexible. So sometimes you can pop a hole in the fabric and then you can like kind of smooth it out and you don't even see that there was a hole there. But if you are embroidering something like leather or vinyl, stuff like that, those are things that once you pop a hole, you have a hole. There is no, oh, how am I going to make this hole disappear? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't disappear. You got a hole. That's it, So I don't like to chance it with certain things. So some things I don't mind going and looking at the economical side, but then there are other things like my stabilizer threads and needles. I really like what I like because I know that it's good quality and it works really well. I'm not saying that I'm not willing to try other stuff, because of course I have tried other stuff, because I started with sim thread, and then from sim thread I did nanny thread, I did candle threads, I did the candle thread, I did the glide thread. I've even have purchased some sewing threads and I got a sewing kit thread from Amazon, and I hate it because it's like it's cotton, right? It's not polyester. I wanted to get cotton sewing thread, and it lints. There's a lot of lint. It's just a lot of shredding that goes on with that. And I'm like, okay, that was like not a good buy, I still have it now, and I use it once in a while, but I'm not a fan of it because it's very, very fuzzy, and it has a lot of lint, so but yeah, so that's how I feel about that. So anyway, all right, so let me see. If you a metallic, oh, I didn't know you have metallic bobbins. Yes, you can. Annette, let me show you something. Okay, hold on. Let me show you guys something regarding the single needle. Okay, and the metallic thread. All right. As a matter of fact, okay. All right, let me show you this because Annette came out and said I didn't know that you have metallic bobbins for single needle machines. Okay. Now, as you guys know, I have the SC1900. Now, the SC1900 usually uses these bobbins. Okay, and I buy these. These are the bobbins that have the plastic sides. Okay, and I do like these bobbins because, and I like the pre-winded ones because I know me personally, whenever I try to wind a bobbin, I never get a perfect filled bobbin as when I buy these pre-winded ones. Okay, I don't know what it is. I guess maybe they got a whole bunch of people that sit there and do nothing but wind bobbins. I don't know, but they always come out perfect. Okay. But the thing is that, I do still have these, but I know I kind of like just want to like just buy like one type of bobbin that I can use for all my machines and be okay. That's not really going to be possible though, because I have my my Juki, and my Juki is a different size bobbin. Okay. So, but I was just looking to see what else I can do. Okay. So anyway, going back to the magnetic bobbin and my SC1900. Your SC1900 should have came with this little thing. Okay, and I'm gonna hold it up so you guys can see. You should have this in your little kit. Okay, and it's just little flat bottom, and it has this little thing, right? Okay. So let me tell you what you do with this. All right. This is the bobbins that I use for my multi-needle machine. And as you can see, they're very, very different from the bobbin for the SC1900 that I use. Now, one of the big differences that you probably won't see it, but let me see if I can show you like right here. If you hold it side by side, okay, you're going to see that this is actually thinner than this. And it's for kind of like two reasons. Well, first of all, this is a little thinner than this is, and this also has the side of the plastic, right? That makes it a little bit thicker. This is thinner, but there is no plastic on the side, right? So if you put it next to each other, okay, as you can see, the size is a little different, all right? This is where this comes in. What you do on your SC1900 is you take this, right where you go to put your bobbin in, you pop this in, you take this, the side that has the magnet, you pop it in, and hold on, my mom. Hold on, I gotta answer. Hello? Hey, Ma. No, can I call you back? You okay? Okay, I'll call you back because I'm still on the live. All right, love you. Okay, you got to answer the phone when it's your mom. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so anyway, got to answer when it's mom. All right, so you take this and you put this inside your machine, and then you take your bobbin and you just put it on. And then you go ahead and you load the bobbin on the machine like you normally do. Now, what is this for? Now, what this does is it gives it a little lift. So that way it's almost the same. I don't know if you guys can see. It's almost the same height. Okay, it just gives it a little lift. That's all. So that way it's the same height, if you can see. Okay. So that's how, and so you can use these on your machine. I've used them all the time, never had an issue or anything like that. So, and this works, it works fine. So just something to show you guys. All right. So, Let me put this back, put this here, and put this here. That way I don't want to lose anything. Okay. So yeah, you can use the magnetic bobbins for the SC1900 if you want to. That's an option. So sometimes if I can't find a pre-wind bobbin, I'll just take a magnetic bobbin and I'll pop it in my machine and I'll just keep sewing. So just something that you can do. Hey Kelsey, how are you? Let's see. Oh, everybody's saying, oh my God, what a difference. Okay, I guess I'm assuming those are the comments when I was showing you guys the difference in the pricing. Okay. Yeah, those prices were big. Alice, congratulations on your PR1055X. That's like so awesome. It's the how do I join your Facebook group? There, if you look at the link in the bottom of the video description, the link is there. Okay, and or just look up Embroidery Happy Hour Adventures, and you'll find the group, okay, and stuff. Oh, congratulations on your machine! You're gonna love it. You're gonna be like, I got a new toy, and stuff. You're gonna love it. That is so cool. Let's see. Everybody's loving their machines. Look, I'm telling you, embroidery is just so much fun. It truly is, and stuff. Let's see, everybody. Oh, Timo gets me in trouble. Marsha, you're not the only one. And and this is the other thing too. I don't just go to Timo now to like buy sewing supplies. I've actually gone to Timo and I've bought towels and I've actually bought clothes. And the clothes are actually really nice. I mean, it's like very affordable. And they're not like the highest quality, but they'll do for me. It's okay for me. I mean, they're pretty nice. I bought a couple of blouses and I liked it. And the blouses were only like $7-8. And I was kind of like, this ain't bad. So yeah, I mean, Marsha, I'm with you. I mean, I am really starting to really enjoy shopping on that site. I think their prices are very affordable. And one of the things that I was sharing with my husband too is when I was showing him the site, he was kind of like, oh, it looked like they got a lot of stuff. And I said, yeah, but you know what? When you're looking for something that really isn't that expensive and stuff like that, like if you just want a plain little white shirt or something, I mean, if you really look on their site, and this is the thing that really kills me, okay, which is one of the things that I found really like stunning. When you look on Timo and you see some of the stuff that they sell, okay, if you go to Amazon and you search for the same thing, sometimes you see the exact same picture, same item, and a whole different price. The price on Amazon is sometimes like 3-4 times more than on Timo. So it's like, so what goes through my mind is like, well, why would I want to pay $10 if I can get the same thing for $3? I mean, it's like, why not? So it's just something that, to me, I mean, it's just like, what can you do? Yep. See, as some of the military, I am Lunas Cosas, I'm telling you, I know about military, okay? We got to stretch those dollars, okay? We have to stretch the dollars. So, yeah, I would say try it out. I think, you have to watch what you're buying, though, okay? I mean, if you're looking for something that has to be like top quality, okay, like top quality stuff, like I don't know if I would get a leather jacket from there or a fancy leather bag, or I don't know, or a lawnmower or something like that. I don't know if I would buy that from there. But if you're looking for something that is pretty simple, like you just want a blouse, or you want to try a towel, or simple stuff that like I showed you guys, I mean, why not? Why would you go ahead and pay more? So I mean, it's just something to think about, just something to think about, so yeah. Um yeah, I don't use the app. Angela says don't put the app on your phone, because they can have access. So yeah, I don't use the app. I just go straight online and then I just go and get it. Now, one thing for sure, and I noticed that, and it's not just with Timo, I noticed it with a lot of sites, even some of these embroidery sites that you go and you sign up for, because you just want to buy like one or two designs. What I always say is create like a dummy email account, like a whole separate account just for this kind of shopping and stuff like that. Because what'll happen is sometimes you get bombarded with all these messages. So you don't want to be bothered with all that kind of stuff. So it's like, so what I usually do is like I'll create like a separate account, and that's the account that I'll use to shop on some of these sites. Because then what happens is if somebody tries to send me an important email, I'm going to miss the email because I had all this junk mail in my inbox. So it's just a little hint, to help you guys manage all that. Because that's another thing that I noticed. Timo does send out a lot of emails. Like, if you're looking, sometimes I'll be browsing their shop and then I'll see like a couple of things that I think are pretty cute, put them in the cart. And then when I put them in the cart, I didn't purchase them yet because I'm still thinking about it, and stuff. And the next thing you know, it's like I'll get like 5 or 6 emails. Oh, you got something in your cart. You got something in your cart. Oh, what you have in your cart might be selling out, or, and I'm kind of like, okay, it's a little too much, but they want to make that sale. It's all about marketing, right? So, yeah, so it is what it is, right? Hey, Jenny, how are you? I order from them just once, but after that comment, I won't buy from them again. Oh, really? Oh, I guess Iris had a bad experience with them and stuff. Hey, Amma, how are you? Hey, Tina, how you doing? Oh, congratulations on your 1900. You're gonna love that machine. I'm telling you. I mean, that is one thing, and that's another thing too. When I leave here, I'm gonna be like, oh, I miss my machines, because the last time I went to Florida, I was there for 2 weeks, and I have to tell you, the first thing I wanted to do when I got home was to be in this room, because this is like my special place, and I feel so at home here. I just like it because this is my spot. So, I mean, I don't want my parents, I don't want anybody, I don't want Nancy and everybody to say, oh, she don't want to come. No, it's not that. It's not that I don't want to come. It's just that, I mean, there's a lot of things I'm going to miss, but it's just going to be for a week. And I know that, I'll be helping out a lot and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to miss Mello. I'm going to miss Fred, and I'm going to miss my spot and stuff. So yeah, it is what it is though. But Elma says she's cheap. She buys at Joann's. I buy at Joann's too, but I have to get my discounts and I have to have my coupons. I do not like paying full price for anything. I really, really don't. And Jenny also says she gets hers from the dollar store for $1.25. They really need to change this name of that dollar store, because it's no longer a Dollar Tree. It's a $1.25 tree. Okay, $1.25 tree. That's what they need to change that name. I'm like, it's like, but that's what I mean. It's like everything went up. Because I remember one time prices would go up and the dollar store was still $1. But now it's like they want that quarter. So it's like, okay, I'm like, oh boy. Let's see. Hey, Susan, I picked up my insect and bird nesting from the garden from them. Oh, it looks like Susan got some birds and stuff. Let's see. I'm learning that lesson now about the stabilizer. Hey, Missy Moon. Yeah. Oh, where's our margaritas, Fred? I'm telling you, man, he knocked this out the park. Oh my God, love it. Bartender Fred, yep, he knocked it off the park. He really did. I'm telling you, well, he's outside having his cigar with his buddies. But I gotta tell you though, if I wasn't live and he wasn't there, I would be like, Fred, can I have more? And I know him; he would make me more and stuff. So, yeah, but he he did good on this margarita. This was really, really good and stuff. Right, Mello? Oh, he's eating my shoe. Give me my shoe. All right. So there goes that shoe. I tell you, I buy so many shoes because of this dog. Yeah, I tell you, this dog. All right. So anyway, there went that sneaker, and I'm still gonna wear it too, holes and all. Let's see if there's anything out there. What is that perforated stabilizer from Joann's called? Marsha, let me put this out there. This is, oops, I just dropped something. Let me put it out there for you to look at, okay? It's Peloton, not Peloton. Peloton's the bike. Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. It's the margarita. Okay, so it's Peloton, or I think I spell it right. I said it right, Peloton. But look for the 360 Easy Stitch. See, 360 Easy Stitch and Embroidery Instant. That's the one. Okay, and it has get it on sale though. Don't pay full price. I'm serious. Don't pay full price for it, because then you're gonna be like, you're gonna be mad at yourself. Okay, so yeah. Oh, Iris, I'm gonna be going to Florida. That's why I'm gonna miss Mello and stuff. So he's gonna be here with my hubby for a whole week. Because it's just easier, because when I travel with him, I have to look for a pet-friendly hotel. And then I kind of worry. Now Fred kind of likes it when I'm traveling with Mello, because he kind of like, Mel's very protective of me, so he'll growl and stuff like that if somebody like gets close to the car and stuff like that. Because there have been a couple of times when I'll be like in the car and I'll just hear him growl, and I'm like, why is he growling? And then all of a sudden it's like I see that somebody got close to the car or something like that, and I didn't know. But when they hear him growl, they kind of like are like, oh, like he's a golden doodle, he can be a mean one. So Fred kind of likes that, because he kind of knows, that. But I'm not going to drive at night. I'm not a night driver. So I'll just get up early in the morning and I'll go as far as I possibly can, which probably means I'll probably make it to South Carolina or Georgia, one of those two. And then I'll just spend the night there. I'll stay at a hotel there. And then in the morning, I'll get up and then I'll just keep driving. And then by the time I get to my mom's, it should be hopefully around 9, 10 o'clock at night on Sunday. That's usually when I'll make it there. And then, then I'll be good to go and stuff. So, yeah, because, I don't like, it is, I do the 2 days because I don't like driving at night and stuff. And I do have a Tesla, and I have to stop at the superchargers to charge up my car. So, and it's not bad, because I kind of like it, because when I charge the car, I kind of like put on the theater, because the Tesla has like a little theater thing, and then you can like watch movies and watch TV and all that kind of stuff. The only thing that I hate is that sometimes like I'll watch a movie and then I get into the movie and I'm kind of like, oh, this movie's good. And then the car kind of says, okay, you're fully charged. You got to unplug, keep going. And then I'm like, so I'm like, okay, so I got to unplug the car, and then I have to stop the movie so that I can drive. And then I kind of like wondering like, how's the movie gonna end, stuff like that. So it's like, what can you do, but it's pretty cool. So, and I kind of like the stopping, because if you're driving all the time, you get tired, and the car kind of drives itself. So it's like I just like put it on auto mode, and all I have to do is just hold on to the steering wheel, make sure that I can control it in case something happens. Kind of literally drives on its own. It changes lanes for me and everything. So it's a pretty cool car. So I'm gonna miss Mello. Mello, I'm gonna miss you. Oh, it's gonna be heartbreaking when I have to leave him in the morning. Oh my God, I'm gonna be like, oh, my dog, and stuff. But anyway, I gotta do it. We're gonna have separation anxiety. I can see it now. All right, so let's see. Hey, Annette, love last week's happy hour about the stabilize helped me so much in trying to understand it. Oh, you're welcome, Annette. I'm really glad that you like that one and stuff. I always try to at least share something every Friday with you guys and everything, because there's just so much out there and stuff. So, oh, thanks, guys. Thank you, Kelsey. I appreciate that. It's hard to leave your best friend behind. It sure is, Hoopmaster 2. I'm telling you. I mean, it's my buddy. That's my buddy. That dog is my buddy. So, but that's okay. I already told Fred, I'll be FaceTiming all the time because I'll be like, where's Mello? What's he doing? And stuff. And, I know I'm going to drive Fred crazy because Fred probably when I come back, he's going to be like, you know what? Next time you just got to take him with you. If I say that. Because I am a very, very attached to Mello and stuff. It's like, that's my partner in crime. I go everywhere with him. Everywhere. And stuff. I don't mind leaving him for an hour or two. But, like, this is the first time it'll be a whole week. And I'm going to be like, oh, my dog, and stuff. It's like, but that's okay. He'll be fine. And stuff. So, yeah. But, thank you, Deborah. Yeah, I'll be on the road again. 95, I tell you. 95 going south. Yes, Cyrus, I do. You got to watch out for those other drivers because other people. That's why I don't like driving at night. When you're young, you're like you're not scared of anything when you're young. You don't think about that. You just like have fun. Because I remember being young and getting home at midnight, just walking down the street. You don't care. You just don't think about nothing. And then when you get older, it's like you're like, oh no, it's dark. The sun's going down. I gotta go home. It's like, I just don't like, unless I'm driving around my neighborhood or something, it's a very familiar place. But I just don't like to drive, especially if I'm going out of town and stuff like that. Unfamiliar places, will not drive at night. I just don't. Especially if I'm alone. It's like, absolutely not. It's like, I am a chicken. Okay? I am the type of person that if you hear gunfire up there, I quickly turn around and I just go the other way. No, I'm not the nosy type. I don't need to know what happened. I don't need to know who shot who or anything like that. I'll just listen to it on the news. I'm good to go. Not a problem. I'm a chicken. That's right. I'm a proud chicken too. And alive. Okay? No, I just don't do it. I am very, very chicken when it comes to that. Let's see. Whitney. Oh, guys, she just got her SC 1900 this week. Oh, my God, that's so cool. Sewing easy pleasy on the first try. Embroidery's pretty good, but having trouble hooping. Magnetic, the answer? Okay, Whitney. All right. Hooping is practice. I'm going to just tell you up front, okay? Could you use the magnetic hoop? You could. It does help a little bit. Another thing that helps also is a hooping station. All right. And I do have, if you look on the channel, I have a video called In-Depth Review of a hooping station for the SC 1900. That helps. The thing with the hooping, it can be kind of tricky because sometimes the hoop in the bottom kind of slips and you actually want your embroidery to actually be in a particular location. The hooping station that I did the in-depth review on, that is actually a very good hooping station because what that does is it actually holds your hoop in position as you put your product inside the hoop. So that way you have absolutely no shifting. The only thing, though, with that, Whitney, is that it can get pricey. It's about, I think it's like $325, something like that, okay? And it's a big hooping station. It's something similar to the hooping station that you see right there, okay? But the one that I did the review on, this one that you see on the table right now is for a multi-needle. The one that I did a review on is for the single needle, which is the SC1900. Okay, it is a little pricey. It is a really good item. However, though, because you're just starting, I would say practice first, okay, until you get the hang of it, and then later on, if you really want to get it, you can get it. My whole thing is just, I don't like, I'm money conscious, okay, and I just don't want like people to just go out and buy things just to get it, okay. Buy things if you really really need it and stuff like that. um just like embroidery is an art, we can kind of say, if we think about it, that hooping an item can be an art too, okay, or a skill in itself. And there's different ways that you can hoop an item too, all right? Like in the very beginning, when I was embroidering, I used to hoop the stabilizer along with the fabric. There is a method called floating, okay, and I did do an embroidery happy hour on hoops and different ways of hooping things. And he took my other sneaker. Ain't that something? All right, so whatever. So I would say look at that video. Also think about sticky stabilizer. That is another stabilizer that might help. If you want to go on the more economical route, instead of using sticky stabilizer, use stabilizer and try to buy temporary spray adhesive. Okay. Now a little tip though, if you're going to do that, there is something that you should get. Do I have it here? Hold on, I'm going to show you. All right. Let me show you real quick. All right, this isn't the one that came with your machine. This is a 4x4, okay? But let's make believe this is a 5x7, okay? Now what happens is you can do this, okay? Now what this is I got this from the $1.25 store. It used to be the dollar store, okay? And what it is this is what goes around the steering wheel of the car. I would say get one of these. And then what you're going to do with this is you're going to take your tearaway stabilizer or your cutaway stabilizer. You're going to hoop the stabilizer. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're just going to put this around the hoop like this. Okay. And see how it covers the hoop? Okay. And then let's make believe your stabilizer's in here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your spray, your temporary heated spray, and then you're just going to lightly spray the stabilizer, and that's going to make it sticky. So that way you don't have to like go out and buy sticky stabilizer. So it's kind of like you're kind of making your own sticky stabilizer. And then what happens is then you take this off. Now, why am I telling you about going to the dollar store and getting something like this? The reason why I'm saying this is, first of all, this is like really super cheap, okay? And it's something that you can throw it in the washing machine or you can just, use over and over again. But the thing is, when you spray, you don't want the spray to get on your hoop. Now, if it gets on it, it's not a big deal. You can wash this, it's not a big deal. But, just to try to keep it a little neat, then what happens is, when you're spraying it, it'll go on this. And it won't go on your hoop, and it'll actually go on your stabilizer. And when you have a sticky stabilizer, then you can float your fabric. So now the magnetic is easy to use. Okay, I have a magnetic one right here. Let me try to pull that out so that you guys can see it. The magnetic, it is a little easier. Sorry, I know I made that noise. It is a little easier because the magnetic hoop is just one piece, okay, versus this, which is two pieces. All right, and what you're doing is you're taking the stabilizer and you're just laying it on top of this, and then you're using magnets to hold it in place. And then you can put this in your machine and then you can embroider it. So you can try this too. I mean, I've used all methods. I've used, the temporary spray adhesive. I've used my magnetic hoop as well. And I also use the hooping station. You can't go wrong with either one. There's, there's just so many different ways to do things, I mean, it's just, to me, it's like, it's whatever's easier for you. Okay. To get you the results that you need. That's what I say, I mean, some people, they learned how to really hoop using what came with the machine, and they master that, and they're like, oh, I don't really need all those other stuff because I always hoop fine. And if that's the case, then you're golden. Okay. But then some people kind of like the magnetic hoop because they don't want to have to worry about two pieces in hooping, and it's more affordable than getting the hooping station, because the hooping station, like I said, it can get kind of pricey, right? But this is more of an affordable solution. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you can give it a shot. Now, another thing, Whitney, just a little idea, and I'm not sure, but what I would do is, if you have Amazon Prime, okay, and now I heard rumors that Amazon is, I don't know, changing a lot of their policies, and now they're getting to the point where it's like you buy something and I think they're stopping the free returns. I'm not sure yet. So check into that before you do this, okay? One thing that you might want to do is you might want to get the magnetic hoop from Amazon, have them ship it to you, give it a shot and try it. And if you like it, you're golden. And if you see that that's not a solution for you, you didn't lose anything, because then don't throw away the box or anything. Put it all back in the box and then just send it back because it didn't work for you, and then that way you're not out the money. So little tip. Hope that helps and stuff. But enjoy your machine. That is what is most important out of everything. Just enjoy your machine. And so, hey Jay, how you doing? Oh, what needle size do you use for the jean jackets? When I am embroidering jean jackets, I use a 7511 sharp needle. That's what I actually use. Joy, I use that. You can use, they do have some needles that are a little bit bigger for jean jackets, but I've always used the 7511, and I've never had an issue with it. Let me see. Let me look at this little article that they have over here. There's a little thing. Jeans. Let me see. What denim? Yep, 7511 sharp. 7511. Yep, for embroidery. So I'm using the right one. They didn't. I thought maybe they would say another needle, but 7511 sharp, and then you're golden. That's what you would use for jeans. Joy. Let's see. I bought a box of Madeira bobbins. Half of the were paid $70. Ooh, take them back. Take them back, Marsha, if they didn't work. What was the name of the thread that you use for your napkins? This is the name. I don't know how to say it, but I'll put it in the camera. And here it is. I'm holding it steady so that way you can write it down. I think it's Florina, something like that. Florina or Florini or something like that. But that's the one that I use for the dinner napkins. I really like this one because look at the shine. Look at the shine on that. Really nice. So this is the one that I use. Okay, and stuff. And I usually get it from my sewing store, and you can also Google that, and you can probably buy that online as well. Okay. Let's see. Every time you say hello and I see you, all of us. It reminds me of the Romper Room TV show when I was a kid. Memories. It's always great to be here on Happy Hour. This week has been very sad for my family. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, my son's family lost their boxer of 7 years on Saturday from cancer. Oh my God. Deborah, I'm so sorry. That is so. My first dog was a boxer, and his name was Gage, and he died at the age of 6 from cancer. And I love that dog. That was my very first dog. Same thing. Boxers are very prone to cancer, which is why when it came to looking for a second dog, I didn't want another boxer because I didn't want to go through that. I thought I was going to have that boxer for like good 10 or 11 years. And he passed away at the age of 6, and I felt robbed. And it was very heartbreaking for me because he was my first dog. And that dog was everything to me. And when he passed, and I have a beautiful urn with his ashes in it, and I still have it downstairs, and I will not get rid of it. And yeah, it was very devastating, and it took me about like 3 to 4 years to get mellow, because I wanted another dog. I really did, because let me tell you, dogs to me, I'm a dog lover. I love animals. I truly love animals. I mean, and I just feel like they fill up your home, and they're so loyal. And yeah, so it's like it's gonna be really hard for me to leave Mello behind for that week. Boy, I'm gonna be devastated. I'm gonna be like, oh God, I can't wait to see him. So it's like, wow. Oh, I heard of that thread. I'm gonna put that down. Yes, when Marsha mentioned that thread, I have heard of that thread. I have not used that thread. I haven't tried it, but I have heard good things about that thread as well. Yes, and then Kathy's also mentioning another thread, the Hemingway thread. I believe that's the one that comes in its own little plastic containers, each of the different colors and stuff like that. I've heard good things about that thread as well and stuff. So yeah, let's see, when are you doing another video of your sewing room? I love seeing all of your goodies. I can do another one. I haven't really done, pretty eyes, I haven't really done much changes into the sewing room since the last video, so that's why I haven't really done a video on it. I have been thinking about maybe reorganizing it and changing it a little bit, to try to see if I can make it a little better. But it honestly, though, I mean, pretty much this really does seem to kind of like work for me, because everything kind of has its place, and it kind of like, when I was a couple of happy hours ago, a couple of months ago, did a happy hour, and I was talking about sewing rooms, and one of the things I talked about was you want the sewing room to kind of flow with your business process, right? So like that way, when you're working on orders, you have a very good flow around the room. Like you're sewing, you're ironing, you're packaging. So it's like everything kind of like, kind of runs smoothly. So the way I have it set up right now, it kind of really works for me. Is there room for improvement? I'm sure there is. So I kind of like, sometimes I look around and I'm kind of like, okay, are there things that, I should probably change the spot? And I'm going to tell you something too, sometimes I do worry a little bit, because there are times when, you could be in a situation where you are so accustomed to the environment and you already know exactly where everything is, right? And then you go and you start changing the room around, and you start putting things in this brand new place where you think it should be. And then when you start doing your thing, then all of a sudden you forgot where the heck did you put that thing in that brand new place that you thought it should be. And now you don't know where the heck it is. And then you're looking for hours to go, where did I put that? And then you're like, I mean, that's happened to me. Okay. So that's why sometimes I'm a little bit hesitant of moving things around, especially if I already know it kind of works and I know where stuff is, and I kind of like just leave it be. But I will, pretty as I'll do another one. I'll do another one, and maybe I'll do a more in-depth one where I can show you exactly, we'll look more in details of the stuff I have and where I keep things and why I put things a certain place. and how it works with my workflow and stuff. So that way it can help give you guys some ideas of maybe, you know, if you guys are having trouble organizing your place, you know, to try to give you guys some ideas on, you know, oh, I could do that, or, you know, I should have thought about that and stuff like that. So, but I'll do another one and stuff. What size needle do you use with the magnetic thread? I actually use the 75.9, but I do have when I use the King Star. If I use King Star thread, I can use my 75.11. I'm sorry, I said 9. It's the tequila. I mean, it's the 75.11, okay, that I use, Iris. However, though, if I'm using the other brands of metallic thread, like from Sim Thread or something like that, I actually use metallic needles, and I do have some. I have them in here. Let me see. I'll see if I can pull it out. Where are they? That's not it. Oh. I think I ran out. All right. Here, okay. Okay, Iris, you just remind me I need to order some. Okay, so, but because you mentioned that, here's a little card that I have that came with my metallic thread. And it actually came out and talked a lot about, I'm going to put this up here so you guys can see. I'm going to try not to move, because you guys know I'm old, okay? Now, this is with metallic threads, okay? And it should be a top stitch needle. And then at the bottom, you see a universal, okay? And then it says to wrap the net outside the spool. So these are little tips, on working with the metallic thread, okay? Now, as you can see, it says you want a large eye, okay? And it says to use the switch, you could use a top stitch 80-12 or 90-14, or if you use an organ needles, okay, which is the brand that I like, then this is the and as a matter of fact, you know what? I have those. Hold on. And that's okay, hold on. I have it. I believe it's this one. Hold on. I'm not sure. I don't want to tell you guys wrong. Oh my God, I have so many needles. Is this it? Hold on, give me a minute. Yep, I got it. I got it. Okay, here we go. This is it. Okay. It's a 90-14. And then look at the see right here where it says organ HI. You get a 80-12 or 90-14. This is it. Okay. That's the one that I use. All right, Iris. So hope this helps. But this card actually came with the metallic thread that I purchased from not King Star. It was the King Star. The King Star I could use with a regular 75-11. You got to slow down your machine. Slow down your machine. It even says it in here. Let me see. Does it say it? Please slow machine down to the stitches of less or equal to 600 stitches per minute. So don't go fast on these machines. But yeah. Okay. I put these back. Yeah, but oh, that goes there. Okay, let me put this back. So I do have the needles. I thought I had a pack that actually said metallic thread, but it didn't really say metallic thread. It's just it was the size that I needed, but that's okay. Let me put these back because I don't want a mess. And then I lose my stuff. And then I don't want to make the room too messy. Oops. Because I'll be leaving tomorrow. So I'm going to leave early tomorrow morning. And I don't want to like leave the house, the sewing room a mess. I'm going to have to put all my covers on my embroidery machine because I don't want it to get dusty and all that good stuff. So anyway, but I hope that helped, Iris. Robin said so you drank more margarita than me. I mean, I just had 2 and stuff, but I did go out to eat with Fred and I had some margaritas over there too. So, Oh, Marsha, that's great. She said her aunt had leukemia, and after a couple of years of treatment, now she's cancer free. Ah, yeah, we're praying. We hope that everything works out okay and stuff. Danielle, today she purchased a brand new Brother Stellaire. Oh my goodness. And it came with a scan and cut. You go, girl. Go, Danielle. Go, Danielle. Are you going to be looking for a sewing table for that now? Oh, my God. That's awesome. That is awesome. I am not going to get a new machine for a while. Now, the last new machine I got was the Airflow 3000. And I'm not going to get one for a while and stuff. That's like so cool. Everybody's getting all these new machines and stuff. Praying for your dad. Oh, thank you. We are hanging in there, guys. We are hanging in there and stuff. Now you got to spend $150 for free shipping on candle threads, and that's still a lot of money. It is. Yeah, that's why it's like. I don't know. It's just, and if you're gonna spend, and see, this is the thing with candle thread, okay? If they want you to spend $150 on thread, J Love, and just think of this, okay? Candle threads only sell, that I remember, and I could be wrong. I don't know if they changed their website, but they just sell threads. That's it. So let's say you just need a couple of threads. You don't need 150 threads, right? What you could do is you can go to All Stitch, because All Stitch, to get free shipping from All Stitch, is $150 too. So what you could do is you can get the thread from All Stitch, and then you can get stabilizers, and then you can get your needles, and you can get your bobbins. But you saw the bobbins were a little high. So you just got to play around with it. You just got to, that's why I'm saying, don't go crazy and right away just run out there and just buy, whatever. Just play with the numbers, and you have to see what works and stuff. You just got to see, you got to see what really works out there. But metallic, all King. Yeah, King is really the best metallic thread, Marsha, that I find that I like also, so I mean, that to me has always been the best one and stuff. I like that one. Oh, Carmen, thanks. I'm so glad that you're learning. Enjoy embroidery. Embroidering is so much fun. It truly, truly is and stuff. Let's see. Hey, Crafty Puerto Rican, how you doing? I am going pretty fast through the chat because, I mean, we're on here for 2 hours, and I'm going to have to get some sleep because I want to get up super early tomorrow so that I can start hitting the road, so that way, get on there and just get home to mommy, because I know she called me because she's probably going to, I already kind of know the conversations with mom. It's like, I'm going to call her back. She's going to go, well, what time are you leaving? And, make sure you text me and make sure you, do this and be careful. The usual, so it's mom, I know she's going to drive me crazy, but I love that old lady, and stuff. So, yeah, so I know she's happy to see me there. Cause the thing is with my dad being in the hospital, she's home alone. And it can be a little depressing. So, I know that me going there and keeping her company will lift her spirits and stuff. And she likes to gossip and all that kind of stuff. So I'll just let her gossip and everything, just because a lot of times when she gossips, I'm kind of like, whatever. But, I mean, that's what she likes to do. That's her thing. So, I'll go there and keep her company and all that kind of stuff. And I know that'll lift her spirits. And at the same time, I could take her grocery shopping and, make sure that she's got everything that she needs and all that kind of stuff. Because, and it helps Nancy a lot because, Nancy's got to work too. So it's a lot. It really is. It's a lot. So, yeah, so I really just need to get down there and help out. So, guys, I am going to call it the night. And thank you so much for spending Cinco de Mayo with me and stuff. And I really hope that you guys, like looking at some of the websites and some of those price comparisons that I was showing you guys, just so that you guys can just be a little, conscientious of some of the stuff of how to spend your money and all that kind of stuff and everything. Don't, and then, as always, if you have questions, ask them away, put them in the comments. I do read comments and stuff like that. I do respond. So, and you can always join the Facebook group. You can send me messages if, I'll be driving tomorrow, but, when I stop to charge up my car and everything like that, I always, look to see what's going on and everything like that. And I can respond, during the travels and everything. So, yeah. And I don't know, maybe I'll do a quick live tomorrow and stuff like that from the hotel room and stuff, just to talk and hang out and stuff like that. I don't know. And maybe I'll record the ride, even though it's just going to be me. Usually it's more fun when I have Mello with me in the car, but that's okay. I don't know. I'll keep myself entertained somehow tomorrow while I'm driving and stuff. I don't know. So anyway, guys, I will talk to you guys later. Enjoy your margaritas. Enjoy your, hope you enjoy your wine and everything like that, and that you enjoyed all the information. And thank you so much for all the support. And, and for those of you guys that have reached out and, asked me about my dad and my sister and my mom, really, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Me and my sister really appreciate all the support. I know you guys are all praying for us, and we're going to be okay. Whatever happens, we're a family and we're going to survive it. We got each other, and, and we're going to be fine. I know we're going to be fine. It's just a little tough time right now, but, yeah, it's just part of life, right? I mean, that's just how it is. So anyway, guys, so I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a great weekend and have fun with, so many of you guys got new machines. So, enjoy your machines. Know you're going to make mistakes. Enjoy your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Most importantly, don't give up. Ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. And don't worry about ruining the fabric, okay? There's always more fabric. You can always buy more fabric. So don't worry about that, okay? Just have fun, practice, learn, and just know that it's a skill. It's a skill, and as you keep going, you're going to learn, and you're going to get better, and it's going to be okay, and before you know it, you're going to be making your own clothes. You're going to be wearing your own clothes. You're going to be making gifts and all that kind of stuff, and you guys are going to have so much fun with this. So, guys, I am going to call it the night. You guys have a great one. Love you guys all. And thank you so much for all the support and the prayers and everything. And I will see you guys next Friday. And I will try to see if I can pump up some videos during the week. Maybe I'll put my mom on the videos with me. She has an old sewing machine at home. I'm not going to take my sewing machine because Nancy has a sewing machine. I'll probably go to her house and steal her SC1900. And I'll do a sew along with my mom or something, you know, maybe I'll do that and stuff. I always like doing stuff like that with her because it is a lot of fun. Keep her entertained. So I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a great night. Please be safe. And I will talk to you later. So have fun sewing and embroidering. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Have a good one.